everybody, welcome back to another, it's not actually a Lego video, but a construction block video. I do want to go ahead and apologize right now at the front. I am probably going to slip up and call these Lego multiple times throughout the video. So just forgive me on that. It's going to happen. I am not trained. This is not a Lego set, but given the fact that Lego now has the Pokemon license, that means that it is out of the hands of the Mega Brands company that had been doing Pokemon now for quite a few years. That being said, it's sort of weird timing, but I myself have gotten into Pokemon this past year, and I have just started really looking at these sets and really taking a closer look at these sets and actually thinking that they're pretty cool. So here we are, we're doing a review. I know this is not everybody's cup of tea, so I do appreciate you staying and watching the video, and maybe if you're unsure, this can help you make a decision on if this is something for you, because they are still being sold, they're just not being newly manufactured. I assume they're going to sell out until their stock is totally gone. Right now, it doesn't seem like they're in any scarcity. They're still being sold in stores, so it's kind of a weird time, I will say, between Mega and Lego also both having these brands right now. And I will say Lego definitely is going very far away from at least the playset scale and style that Mega has done. Mega has also done some statuesque figures that, I mean, if you've watched anything involving the Lego Pokemon stuff, I'm sure Mega has come up. So anyways, nonetheless, this is a set that is a play set, so it really doesn't touch on what Lego is doing with Pokemon currently. We'll see what the future holds, but I wanted to give you guys a look at this because I got it and I think it is just absolutely precious. So we will continue this video like a normal Lego video, starting with the box details. All right, we have 648 pieces. This one is called Forest Pokémon Center Ages 8 Plus. It is from the Mega Brands line, or Mega Constructs, or Mega Blocks. All of those are under the Mega Brands banner now. And we have a little thing that says built with motion. So that's sort of their gimmick for this playset. And if you're unfamiliar with Pokemon, get familiar. No, just kidding. But this is Pokemon Center. It's a playset. It's got some fun little features. For the sake of us not doing any of these reviews before, let's take a look at the back. And we have a open model of the set, action feature again, as well as the set down here connected with another forest set, which looks very fun. And then it shows some other sets you can get. All these sets make this little picture in the back. So I think it's pretty interesting. Note, this is done by Mattel. I guess Mega Brands is under Mattel. I did not know that. Now, before we get into the playset itself, I do want to show you the not minifigures, but models. I don't know what they call these, buildable figures. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what they call these. Anyways, we'll start with those. Starting first with the most well-known Pokemon probably, and that is Pikachu. All of these figures are pad printed. I don't know if it's the same way that Lego does them, but they have individual faces. You can get multiple Pikachus across this line. His tail just flew off. And a lot of them have different faces, so I really like that. It feels like you're not getting a double of a minifigure, or excuse me, there I go. He is a little bit goofy with the arms. Some of these figurines work better than others, but I like the attention to detail. They're all brick built basically because, you know, you can't really, I don't know, they have to be brick built. He doesn't stand super well because his tail weighs him down, so you can kind of move him with his tail, or you can sort of finesse him enough to stand on his own. You could move a lot more aspects about him than normal, and he's pretty cute. Some of these Pokemon sell it better than others, and I think Pikachu's one that is just okay. I feel like his arms are just a little bit weak personally, but there he is. And you can see all the printing, so pretty cool. And he was relatively easy to put together. I'll have a whole thing on actually the quality of these, bricks. Just a quick thing on it, but there's Pikachu. And then we have Chansey, who is just adorable. I love this one. The little egg in the front. The only thing I don't like is you can kind of see the build in the center there, but the little ears that move, they can come out. So you got to be careful. I feel like it's relatively sturdy, but as I've been reviewing, these pieces are falling apart. So here's the tail, and you can move it as well. It's on like a little ball hinge. So there's Chansey, who definitely is the reason he's got to be there. There's Pokemon Center. We got to have a Chansey. Then we have Eevee. This is Winking Eevee. She's very cute. I consider all Eevee's girls. And she's got like a little rubber collar that they made for her. She's a little bit harder to stand perfectly because she's got a ball joint on a ball joint on the floor, and 4 of them, so 4 legs. So she's a little bit hard to get even, but she's very cute. Printed ears. I have a whole evolution set actually that I have for this brand as well that I'll be reviewing, as well as a couple other sets that I find to be cute. So I hope you enjoy these videos because I am going to do more in the midst of just Lego. I feel like her wink here is a little bit lower. It should be, I feel like, just a touch higher. Personally, though that is technically the bottom of her eye if you lined it up there. So I guess beggars can't be choosers. So there's Evie. And then we have Togepi. Togepi is so cute. Very interesting little pieces there for the arms. Printing, little feet, happy face. And some of these characters you can get as Pokeball characters. So the small individual option where you literally just have a Lego style Pokeball and then you build a character. So, Pikachu, Eevee, Togepi. I think only Chansey's really the only one in this set. So those are the figures. And here is the Pokémon Center. I think visually it's pretty appealing. It has definitely a forest look on the front there. I really love these printed Pokemon windows. That's so cool. The budget and the quality of these bricks is lower. There's not as much or hardly any ingenuity in the building construction itself. And I feel like that's kind of sacrificed, but then you get cool trade-offs like these really neat windows. I also like this Pokeball here. It's got some decent features. Again, though, ingenuity is not fantastic, so it is what it is. We have a couple clips where you can add sets later on or pieces later on, right on here. And then if we twist it around, you can see this side. And here is an evidence of quality control. I think the largest complaint with this brand as a whole and any other non-Lego brand is that sometimes you just don't get the right pieces or missing pieces completely. This is my first experience with Mega brand sets, and I got a light blue or like light gray color here when it should have been white. It's very unnoticeable, so I am not too miffed about it, but definitely like something to note. So there is that. Also, why is this piece gray and not tan? That's sort of annoying. Let's look at the back, nothing there. On the other side, we have some windows. This can open up on either side, which is pretty nice. So we have that side or this side, so that's cool. Again, I really like this front lawn area with the colors and a little water. It is very cute. Also, the lamp posts. Now, just a bit about Mega brands as a whole. It's very weird to me because I think these originally came out as Mega Constructs. I want to call them Mega Constructs or something, but Mega Constructs. But originally, the Mega brands was just Mega Blocks, and you associate Mega Blocks with like Halo and Little Kid Legos. And, you know, everybody that kind of hates on this brand, I mean, I must say, have you ever come across a kid's Lego pile, whether it was yours, your, you know, somebody that you knew or know, or something that you bought as a lot, and it just be pure Lego? And the answer is no. It's always got some sort of third-party brand, and because those third-party brands hold fun licenses, like at this time, Mega brands held Pokemon. So while the brick quality is not fantastic, it is definitely noticeable compared to Lego. I kind of muscled through it for the sake of how precious this set is. Now, if Lego did a Pokémon Center, we definitely can reevaluate this set, but like for me, I really, really like it for what it is. And I will also say though that these Legos are see, there we go. These bricks are much more difficult to put together. They do not have the same fit and finish as Lego, and it is something that is really hard to explain unless you have actually tried to build these sets. There's certain elements that are very difficult to snap together, and I feel like Mega Brands is the biggest block brand next to Lego, and they still, I feel like, are just so behind Lego in terms of that type of quality. But ideas, they have a lot of ideas, ingenuity they're behind. So anyways, all of that taken with a giant grain of salt. Let's move into this review and just give you guys a closer look. Before I open it up too, I just want to note that I love how the floor is pretty much one solid piece. I think that's great. There is this weird decision to make this slope curved piece here rather than it being flat. Otherwise, the floor would be totally closed up. I love when Lego sets can be totally enclosed like this and have the ability to open up. That's just something I enjoy. So opening up the set, we have 2 sides. I'll show you this side first because it does less as a whole. We have, in a Pokemon Center, this is where you can like refresh, recover fix your Pokemon when they're wounded from battle. We have a little waiting table area with a bench, and you can set the characters on them. It just depends. Like Togepi sits fine. I mean, you're not even going to have a chance with Chansey. No, but that's okay. It doesn't really bother me. We don't have any Pokemon trainers that come in the Mega Brands line. It's just Pokemon, and that's fine. You can collect a ton of Pokemon. I mean, it's insane how many characters they've made. But Togepi fits on the bench, and it's pretty cute. And then you have this little like sliding door thing, which this is again where the innovation thing I mentioned, because like I think it could be a cooler sliding door. It does work well. See, it slides all the way around. Kind of looks like a window when it's closed instead of a door. It's like one of those like, you know, revolving glass doors I'm sure everybody's been through. So yeah, it works. It's pretty good. It's not on like a huge system. I will note that like you do get like a gear brick, but it's like already made for you. Lego likes you to put the gears together, so I think that's kind of interesting. And another thing that I thought was odd when building the blocks is half of the blocks say Mega and the other half say Mega Blocks. So I think that they're pulling from old stock and new stock together. I mean, and it totally makes sense. I definitely don't nab them for that, but it's just something that I have picked up. Also, why is this not a longer piece? Because there's some gaps there. Anyways, just things I noticed. And then over here, looks like we have some little sweets and coffee and cups and mustard and ketchup. Really cute. Again, those windows are just precious. And I think it works out well. We have like a little flower that sits in this pot right here. And that's it for the front. The other side does a whole lot more. Moving it around, you actually get the like Pokémon Center aspect. We have a really cool movable option, and I'll show you in just a minute. Love this laptop with this little printed Pokeball here, and then we get 3 Pokeballs. Ta-da! Very cute. They come off. They have little homes. Oh, check that out. They have little homes on the desk, and you can actually do something with the Pokeball, starting by moving this and opening the door. I don't blame Mega for the laptop falling. That's not their fault. Go in. It doesn't fit in super great. They're not round. They're oblong, so you have to put them in, I guess, at a certain way. There you go. Just like that. Where'd the laptop go? There he is. It's kind of a messy review. Sorry. None of them are perfect. You can close the doors back, and we'll have a fun feature that will be involved with that in just a minute. The other thing we can do is put some characters in place because they have that movement feature that is pretty cute. All right, poor Togepi gets left out, but overall, you're going to see the Pokeball spin. You're going to see Chansey kind of dancing, Pikachu and Eevee moving, and here we go. Also, this spins. So there we are, and it is a little bit jumpy. It's jumpier than it had been. So you can see Eevee's moving, Pikachu, good try, Chansey's wiggling side to side, that Pokeball is spinning, and this little thing is moving. So I want to say that the idea behind this is very cute, but the execution of it is not fantastic. Pikachu gets stuck. I have been able to kind of shift him around to get his plate to like fall back down like Eevee's, but I don't know if it's the character or the way the plate's put on. It just doesn't work super great. Chansey kind of has to be at an angle in order to move because its egg sort of can impede it. The Pokeball stays in really good though, so the tension on there is nice. It's cute, it's fun. It was an easy thing to build. Kids can build it. We can control it on the side here, and there is another handle on the outside here. But I really think it's supposed to be moving by this knob because it's a bigger grip. Nonetheless, it's cute. It's really quite charming, though it doesn't quite work as intended. This set is $60, keep in mind, and I think that that is really fair for what you get. You get 4 Pokemon. Chansey specifically is like only seen in this set that I've seen, and it's really cute. You could do a lot of fun role play as a kid. It's really affordable. I would love to see Lego dip their toes in the play set aspect of Pokemon. Only time will tell, but I hope that you enjoyed this video nonetheless. And if you're curious about more of these mega constructs or mega brand sets, stay tuned. I've got some more coming in the midst of waiting for new Lego sets to release. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.